What should we do about problematic authors? Museums are trying to figure this out, and we've seen two very different approaches recently with J.K. Rowling and Roald Dahl. First is the Museum of Pop Culture in Seattle, who has decided to remove all mention of the Harry Potter author from its Harry Potter exhibits, to quote, reduce her impact. In explaining the decision, museum project manager Chris Moore, who is transgender, called Rowling's transphobic views super hateful and divisive, but that the museum still wants to honor the actors, prop makers, and costumers who contributed to Harry Potter. Moore explained that the decision to excise Rowling is not a perfect solution, but it's what the museum has decided in the short term until they can come up with a more long-term practice. Contrast that with what the Roald Dahl Museum in Buckinghamshire, England has done. Dahl, who died in 1990, had a history of making anti-Semitic comments. In 2020, his family and the Roald Dahl Story Company actually apologized for those comments, saying they were deeply apologetic for the lasting and understandable hurt caused by his statements. Now the museum itself has put out a statement, calling his racism undeniable and indelible, and the museum has put that statement on display at the front of its gallery. Separating art from artist is a thorny issue, and ultimately a judgment call every individual makes on whether to engage with a problematic person's work. I found the different approaches here interesting, and ask that people please be respectful of each other when discussing these issues in the comments.